Connecticut remembers the 10th anniversary of September 11th, and as we look back to that fateful day, many parents may find themselves with anxious and inquisitive kids. So how do you explain this tragic event to your child? Here with some very helpful tips, psychotherapist Rae Tattenbaum with Interact in West Hartford. Rae, thanks for joining me.
Well, thanks for the invitation, Yvonne.
So, you know, with all the talk, all the coverage about this anniversary, no doubt it's going to trigger a lot of suppressed feelings for some people. And I'm thinking, if a parent looks anxious and if a parent cannot control the reaction, how can their kid? Isn't it reflected from that parent?
Yes, the first key is for parents to manage their own anxiety, fear, worry, and concern. Yvonne, that's a 365-day job for parents.
You're right. It is a tough job. And you say it's important to provide a safe, secure, found feeling. Talk about that.
Children like to feel that they're safe and found. If you go into a toy store and a child wanders away, if the mom embraces the child, makes the child feel found, without chastising the child develops confidence. So you want children to feel secure, safe, and found, and bring them to the home environment.
Something as simple as a hug, you're saying, though.
Very important immediately when these events happen to hug your children. The more you hug them, the more they feel the presence of that safety within you.
You're also talking about, this is important, I think, move to rituals, making cookies, comforting animal, these little things that mean so much to a kid.
I think all of us have to store in our homes ingredients for baking, if you have a ping pong set, if you have popcorn, and you move to doing family activities. While you're doing the family activities, children will naturally, depending on their developmental age, raise questions. Bob Maxim was just speaking about his daughter, and his daughter over the weekend raised a lot of questions. Answer them depending on what the child is really asking.
And you're saying it's very important to listen to the questions that your child is posing, that it's important when they ask questions that you pay attention to what might be the question, but also something behind that you could pay attention to.
Yes, it's important to tune into where they're at and what is causing them discomfort or what's causing the question. I had a very interesting experience. I have this young girl I work with, and she was watching Cinderella for the third time, and the cat pounces on the mouse, and she suddenly had a complete fear response. And children become triggered by anything that seems to create unsafe conditions. And I had to comfort her, hug her, calm her down. So we don't always know what's going to trigger a small child. So it's best to limit their exposure and listen. Children want to be heard. They really want you to have an ear without commenting.
And as a parent is comforting the child, they themselves will feel comforted as well, I'm sure. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Rae Tattenbaum with Interact in West Hartford. Thank you.
Thanks for inviting me.
Up next, an early morning rollover is still causing problems on Route 8 in Thomaston. We've got new details on why the roadway is expected to be closed throughout most of the day. Plus, back to court. The man accused of spying on people in public restrooms around the state, he's in front of a judge.